What's up, YouTube? What's up, vinyl community? Cliff the Vinyl Cheapskate here, coming at you with Friday drinking music. Drinking the Genesee Specialty Spring Bach. Pretty good. Tastes a little bit above a cheap beer, but still pretty good. I'll take it. Friday drinking music. Today I'm doing something a little different. Hoping maybe it'll start into a thread. What I'm doing is I'm going to show just a bunch of records. I pulled a bunch of records. I might not show all of them, but I'm going to show a bunch of records from my favorite city. And the thread I'd like to start is to see some of your records from your favorite city. So just show me records from bands that are from your favorite city, whether it's a city that you visited, it's the one you live in, it's one that you grew up near, it's one that you just went to once and had a great time. Just, show me one from your favorite city. Show me a bunch of records from your favorite city. My city that I picked is Philadelphia. Repping a Plauge Dogs t-shirt right now. And that's what we're listening to right now is Plauge Dogs. Some crusty, motor-charged, hardcore punk stuff. These are guys that I grew up with. Some from Jersey, now they're in Philly. And they moved to Philly a little after I did, and I got to hang out with the guys. And but yeah, Plauge Dogs plays really good. Greg, the guitar player, is one of the best guitar players I've ever seen. Like, he just rips. But super cool. And my old roommates actually put this, not this one, but there's another record over here, their other record. This one's on my buddy Steve's record label. So, where's the Pleasure Records? Where's that thing? So, pretty neat. Cool stuff. So that's one. If we do the thread, try and do like 3 or 4, or we'll say 3. Show me 3. Pull a random number. But yeah, that's Plauge Dogs. That's what we're listening to now. If you really like old Motorhead stuff, like Wolf Brigade, Wolf Pack type stuff, this is right up your alley. Really good stuff. Next up, I'm gonna pull. This is a hard rock album, and this band, I think they started in Philly. I think they moved to Florida afterwards. But that's Bang. This is hard and heavy 70s rock stuff. Really sick stuff. Just cool. Like if you like Black Sabbathy or like that heavy late 60s rock style. I believe this came out in 70. These guys are considered a proto-metal band just because this was before metal, but there was a lot of really heavy metal type riffing in this. It's a little slowed down to what metal became later, but really good stuff. Check out Bang. Also another Philly band. Really sick. Great stuff. Now, I grew up right outside of Philly, and right after high school, I moved to Philly, and it quickly became one of my favorite places. Just living there and going to punk shows and hanging out with people and just really good time. I went to college there as well, but that was way later. I spent about 10 years in Philadelphia, and still feels like home to me, more so than where I've lived for the last 8 years. But don't get me wrong, I like Baltimore, but I love Philly. Next up, we got some death metal. Philly's got a great metal scene. A lot of cool bands that are from Philadelphia. A lot of metalheads in Philadelphia. But yeah, this is Horrendous. These guys play kind of like like a kind of, not techie, but a little bit proggy death metal style, but really cool stuff. Great artwork on these. Metal always has the best artwork. But yeah, this might not be for everybody, but really good for death metal, stuff like that. If you're into death metal or like even just heavy metal a little bit, these guys back off the death metal a little bit. It's not straight on brutality the whole time, but really heavy, brutal stuff. There's the dudes. Oh, I chose the wrong one. This one's only on black. There's the labels, custom labels. On Dark Descent Records. But Horrendous rules. Check them out, like I said, if you're into death metal. And we'll do that later. But yeah, like I said, Philly's got a great metal scene. Another great band and awesome band from Philadelphia, black metal band called Devil Master. Devil Master play like a punky, like punk D-beat infused black metal with a lot of really cool like vampire-y synth work. And this one's on super cool yellow vinyl. Devil Master's been becoming one of my favorite bands, and they're putting out a new album this year, and I'm super stoked about the new Devil Master album. I actually got to see these guys live right before the pandemic, and it was super awesome. You know what? We're going to throw on this Devil Master next. All right. This is Devil Master. This is on Relapse. Definitely going to get me a copyright claim. That's all right. I can live with it. So, that's some really good kind of modern metal stuff from Philly. Philly had an awesome hardcore punk scene too, dating back all the way back to like the early 90s. So I left my 7 inches up here. But one of the first bands from Philly that I actually fell in love with was this band right here, Dissucks. Dissucks is really, now that I'm older, you know, the lyrics, these guys were kids. They really were just kids when they put this stuff out. And the lyrics on this, you could tell that they're really kids with probably some sort of depression problem, but very good. Cool, metally punk stuff. I'm going to drop this too after Devil Master gets into it. But yeah, I'll probably, I'm going to end the video out with one side of, probably the first side of this guy right here. But great records right here. But one of the records that is one of my favorite records in my collection, period, is this, the Philly SHREDS comp on Schuylkill Records. Philly SHREDS was just a term that kids used back in the day for the punk scene. But yeah, that was in like the early 90s, and I believe this came out in like the mid to early 90s. Really cool stuff. Great list of bands on here. This would be a great introduction to like the Philly punk scene in the 90s for sure. Like if you could find a copy of this bad boy. It's a cool silk screen cover. Comes with 6 bonus tracks on a 7-inch, which I also have. I have the 7-inch as well. Philly SHREDS. Cool blue vinyl. But yeah, this would be a great introduction. It's got classic bands like Violent Society on here, The Boils, Dissucks, Limecell, Rizzo Machine, which I also have a Rizzo Machine 7-inch. Rizzo Machine rules. Dead Alive, Flag of Democracy's on here. Band called the Anal Sausage. Just great stuff. Band called Fire Pussy. But find this record if you can. It's really good. There might be a download of it on YouTube. If there is, I'm going to put a link to it underneath. Another band I think that was pretty important in the Philly scene, especially with coming in towards the 90s, was Kill the Man Who Questions. These guys were super nice, really welcoming in the scene. I met these guys a bunch of times. I've gone to a million of their shows. I actually became really good friends with the singer Nikki from this band later on, after I lived in Philadelphia for a while. Oh, I was looking for those. I found them. I just found a bunch of Riding Easy Records stickers that I haven't been able to find in a long time. But yeah, Kill the Man Who Questions. This is really kind of like, it's not emo, but like emotional hardcore stuff. Really good hardcore punk infused. Really interesting band. You don't hear these guys. Hear stuff that sounds like these guys a lot. And you know, I'll probably put this one on in a couple minutes. And we're getting to the end. But yeah, let's listen to some Kill the Man Who Questions real quick. Oh, I didn't pause it. All right. Whoops, back. Where was I? Important bands of the Philly scene. Another one I think was important. And these guys are back in the 80s. From back in the 80s. And this is a repress of... It's a collection of their first... Yeah, their early 80s stuff. But these guys were really cool, kind of heavy. And it's Wideeyed, The Black Dust, and I think it's their self-titled. And this is just a collection of, like, yeah, Black Dust LP. Really cool stuff. And, okay, that's the one. The Place in the Sun EP, and a bunch of their comp tracks and stuff, and their demos. So this is really cool, like, little piece of history that Southern Lord released. This is kind of heavy mid-paced, heavy hardcore punk stuff. Look at these dudes. But these guys are actually still putting on shows today. I don't think it's all the same members. It's their second drummer. So the drummer's been in the band for a really long time. So it's this guy is still in the band here. It's not the guy on the back. And this guy is still in the band here. But they've got a new guitar player, new bassist and stuff, and they're all younger guys, but they're still kicking, still putting on shows and stuff. So that's pretty sick for a band from the 80s. And these guys were one of the more popular, famous, I think, hardcore bands from Philadelphia. But yeah, Wideeye's cool stuff. If you like that old, like, if you like the old metallic Black Flaggy type hardcore, like not the early Black Flag, but like the Henry Rollins, like kind of mid-paced, a little heavier Black Flag stuff, you'll really I think you'll really dig this too. So check this out if you haven't. Wideeyed, great stuff. And last but not least, I'm just going to show a couple bands that my old roommate was in. So I lived with this band for a while called Disestima. These guys are what it looks like. They're discharge worshipping, noisy punk stuff. And evolved into this band, Nightfall, who are also really noisy, cool, noisy punk rock stuff. But yeah, man, Philly has a great scene. Still has a great scene. Had a great scene back in the day. Like I said, I want to try and make this into a thread. So if you guys want to show me a bunch of records from your favorite bands from your favorite city, that'd be awesome. Minimum of 3 if you're going to make a video. Just, you know, however many you want. Whatever you want to do. Tell me why you like the city so much and give me a little background about why you have a special relationship with the city you picked. But yeah, cheers, man. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Drink beers. Listen to heavy music. Or whatever music you like. I don't really care. I'm not trying to tell you what to do.